I don't know. Does this make a difference? Maybe, because I'm right in front of it. Hey, how's it going? How's it going? Um, what? Where do I start? So where I left off. Hello. So I've been very busy. I've had, I mean, at this point, it's laziness, it's neglect. Okay, I've had the last recent Naruto, the second part of that one for my phone for like I think it's 3 months now. I'm almost done editing it, and it's really nothing special. It's just after being so busy and not being able to get around to it, when I finally had the time to start working on it little by little, I got lazy. So it'll come when it comes, definitely before Halloween, so people can put it to good use. I'm terribly sorry, but I shall procrastinate no more. I have excellent news for me. Maybe not so much for you, but for me it is. Okay, so I think let me just kind of go over some things here. Last week or the last live that I did, I don't know. I have to review it. But I was talking about I did I was talking I'll go back on this video. I was talking about a gig that I did on it was like a week long, and I did talk about this, but I didn't really say who it was for. It was for like a music foundation, and they gave instruments to like a local club for children and all that. So enough time has passed by. I think I can talk about it. Plus, the following gig I had 2 days later was for the same celebrity. So funny coincidence. So like I didn't sign an NDA or anything, so I think I'm fine to talk about it. So that week-long gig that I was a production designer for was for the Khalid Foundation, and they had awarded a local um, children's club in the Barrio area in downtown El Paso. It's like the poorest zip code in the city, and they gifted all these instruments and things for the children to support them and like creating music and being you know make art and all that stuff. So that was a week-long gig that I did about 2 weeks ago for that I was talking about on a previous live. So that gig was a lot of work. It was, I'm gonna say, and I think I said this in my last live, but I'll say it again here if you don't remember what I was telling you in the last one. It was like I guess my first official like production designer, like head person. Normally, I've done stuff in collaboration with other people, or I've worked under people in the art department. When we would do photo shoots here in El Paso, when I would do a lot of photo shoots with people like for fun and for just personal projects and personal portfolios, I'd always collaborate with somebody else, and we would build the sets, and we would bring in our own stuff, and do that. So heading this department, I kind of walked into it, and I walked out of it, I guess, kind of the same way I handle like wardrobe styling stuff. It's just I'm not dealing with clothes, I'm dealing with furniture and decorative items and doing the returns, making sure there's continuity, which is like continuity, like if they stop rolling and they start rolling again, where they start rolling, you have to make sure that the scene looks the same, like nobody moved a chair while they had cut or stuff like that. So you have to keep it looking the same throughout the scenes or whatever. So that's pretty much what I did. And then so Friday, which was like the last day on this gig, I'm in the back. My duties are done for the day because they're already rolling inside this music studio here in El Paso. There's like a local recording studio in town, and they were rolling. So like I didn't need to be in the hallway taking up space. So I was like in the back where Crafty is, just eating some fruit or whatever, having a drink of water. And then I get a text from a makeup artist I know, and she's like, "Hey dude, I just sent somebody to you. I couldn't do this gig. I had to turn it down, but they're looking for an on-site tailor for a music video thing or whatever for some artist on Sunday." And this was Friday. So I was like, okay, cool. Like that's what I that's what I do, right? So I was like, cool, cool, cool. So I'll look at the Instagram. So I check my Instagram messages and there's the lady that's looking. She's like, oh my God, I've been looking for someone. I haven't been able to. You were highly recommended. I called production companies around town and everyone kept throwing your name out, but I didn't like, no one had your contact information except for this one lady, which was the friend that had messaged me. And I was like, oh my God, like that's like I felt special, that's like pretty cool. And then throughout the day, my phone was like blowing up from other individuals are like, hey, or tagging me on Facebook, hey, on-site tailor needed. Hey, Sarah, do you want to work on a gig this Sunday? And I was like, I already got the gig. I already got the gig. And they're like, oh, that's cool. So like that made me feel like really good. You know what I mean? Because I always try my best at everything I do. I did a post recently on my Instagram. I was just like, look, this is where I started. This is where I am, which where I started was just like kind of repurposing t-shirts to make them look cute for women and stuff like that. And now I'm at the point where I can make people's wedding dresses and stuff. So that's like my latest Instagram post. And I always go back to that, like thinking, you, we always know where we start from. Don't ever forget that. But I don't believe that someone can be, I guess you could call yourself a master. I don't consider myself one by sewing. I think there's so many more things that I could learn. And I always think like if someone boasts that they're like the best, the master, I don't think that's an accurate description about yourself because I don't believe that you could ever hit a wall in learning something. Like there's always something to learn. So that's my take on that. Just kind of going off topic for a second, but so Friday ends, the gig ends for this whole music foundation thing. I have like technically now that I'm hired Sunday, I have like Saturday off. So Saturday, I'm just kind of like doing my returns for the week long gig, which is like returns, like just like with wardrobe, like if they don't end up using something or if they used it once and it's in good condition or, they barely touched whatever it was, go try and return it to get your money back for the budget. So that's what I was doing kind of Saturday as much as I could because I mean, some stores are closed Saturday. So I was left to wait till Monday if I couldn't do it. So Sunday I got on the job and then I get so like this is like so like this is where I differ. Like my art department production design job, like when you get on the job, you dress like you're ready to sweat and work hard. You're in jeans, you're in workman's boots, you're in like a ratty t-shirt, have your hair up, no makeup, because like I put in sweat that week. I will tell you. And I had like three assistants. Well, I'd say I have two and a half assistants because the third assistant, she was really just kind of like a floater helping everybody. So whenever I could use her, I would be like, hey, can you help us put this? Blah, blah, blah. So I had my two assistants, which I'm so thankful for that they were able to give me two assistants because it was so much work in this room at the club for the kids. I don't think we would have been able to finish on time if I had only had like one helper because this room was enormous and they had so much stuff to put up, display the instruments and things for the kids, put together the furniture, move it in the place we were supposed to according to like the diagram that the director wanted. I mean, it was a lot of heavy like manual labor. So Sunday, I know what I'm doing. On-site tailor, like I bring all my crap. Just like a mobile sewing studio. Like I just bring everything I can that fits in my car with me. And I dress up. There's a photo of me on that on Instagram. It's like maybe 5 photos ago. It's not that long. You can find it on my Instagram. And like you see how the way I'm dressed, I have like I'm kind of I feel stylish, like I have like these cool black like Beetlejuice black milk leggings. I have my boots. I have like a big Boy London shirt that I bought in LA like 2 months ago. That I just like I love this Boy London shirt. Excuse me. So like I feel like I look like I feel cool and confident, you know what I mean? So I go and I set up and I meet the wardrobe stylist and this is where it's funny. I ask her because on Friday, she's like, this is where it gets funny. On Friday, she was like, I'll try and call you in an hour. This is like when she first started speaking with me, or I'll try and call you in the evening, but I'm on a gig right now and we're really busy. And I was like, oh my God, me too. I'm on a gig and we're busy too. Whenever you can call me. And she's like, okay, cool. I was like, the later the better. I'll probably finish her late. And she's like, yeah, me too. What's up? Go take a shower. Go ahead. Get your towel first. Close the door, baby. So So we're just like, okay. And then Sunday when I show up, like I don't know what I'm doing. I just know I show up and I'm there to do on-site tailoring for the wardrobe stylist, which is the woman I've been talking to this whole time. So I show up and I'm like, hey, by the way, who's the artist that we're working with today? She's like, oh, it's Khalid. And I was like, again? When on earth are you gonna say that? You go, again? And I was like, hey, um, were you working this gig this whole last week in El Paso for the music foundation? She's like, yeah. And I was like, oh my God, that's so funny. I was production designer for that whole week. She's like, no way. So like it's so funny. So we were actually working together, not even knowing we were going to actually end up working with each other this whole week. And I was like, I didn't see you at the studio. She's like, oh my God, I was in the front, like with everybody else. And I was like, oh, I was in the back with the crew. She's like, no wonder we were in the same area, but we never like physically crossed paths. So I thought that was like funny, like that entertained me in my mind. So she had outfits picked up. If you could look at my Instagram picture behind me, you could see there's like a rack of clothes, and that's for him. So whatever he tried on, he would be like, okay, well, it's too big here. And I'd be like, okay, well, let me pinch this and I'll take it in for you. He's like, okay, cool. How fast can you have it done? So like it was all like up in his business, which is so funny, like up in Khalid's business, like trying to like, I was like, I'm sorry, pardon my reach. I don't want to pinch you. Can you turn around? And he's like, yeah, sure. So that was a really interesting job. I the last on-site tailoring I did, and I've spoken about this before, was a Solange video, which was like a really big deal. And they did that out at the Space Center in Truth or Consequences, New Mexico. But I just thought that was so funny the way it worked out. I was working on this Khalid gig all week long for something, just waiting for like, and then there would be like another gig for me that following Sunday for the same artist, same crew, basically, because I showed up to the job and like the same lighting techs were there and the same, like, they're called like gaffers, like that's the lighting department. And they were just like, hey, and I was like, hey, now know everybody here, So it was really funny, but a really good experience. I'm super proud of what we did, So you take in the clothes and it's not what you think. It's not like a permanent tailoring. It's only for the moment they're shooting. So it doesn't look good inside, like it's not finished, but it's just enough so his pants don't fall off of him, or the shirt kind of fits right for the moment. And then of course the wardrobe stylist has to return a bunch of this stuff when they're done with the shoot. So I have to like go and get like my little scissors and my seam ripper, and I have to like pick out the stitches to like undo everything that I did. So that's what I did that day on Sunday. So I don't have any other gigs lined up for me like that. I mean, cross my fingers. There could always be something that comes up in like 2 days. It's weird. It's kind of like an on-call job that you don't even know you're signing up for yet when you work as an independent contractor. But right now I'm only focusing on Halloween costumes. And I'm sorry if you didn't know already, I stopped accepting orders on the 1st of October. And I usually stop accepting local orders about the 5th as well. But I kind of just stopped both at the same time recently, just because I want to finish these costumes, the ones that I already have in order, and I want to do them justice to the clients So I'm finishing a Daenerys Targaryen dress right now. Like I'm almost done. I was I was watching Jamie French. She's a makeup guru. I guess not anymore. She does movies now, but she was reviewing like movies, and I was watching all these old videos of her because I just watched the one she did of like the kissing booth. Not that I'm ever gonna like watch that movie. It sounds dumb as hell, but then again, I'm like a 35-year-old lady. Like what do I need to watch the kissing booth for? Like, yeah. So like I'm gonna finish this, and then I have like a Lisa Marie Presley dress, but someone's dressing up at her. But it looks like, I mean, it's like a literal outfit that maybe you could wear other times, but this woman's dressing up as her for Halloween. And okay, so my Halloween costume for a while, I was like, I'm gonna be Shelley Duvall's character in Mother Goose Rock and Rhyme, which she's not Mother Goose, she's like some lady that lives in this rhyme world with Humpty Dumpty and all this stuff. If you're not as old as I am, you probably won't even remember this. Even if you are, it's such an obscure video that came out on like the Disney Channel back then. You might have never heard of it. It's called Mother Goose Rock and Rhyme. You can find it on YouTube. But I wanted to be that character, but I was just like, oh, it's like gonna cost so much money. Or maybe not. I'm just at that point where I'm like, my car is starting to just sputter out on me. So like I really need to start hoarding my money because I need to throw a lot of money at my car. Like when it idles, it stops. Like it's getting really, really bad. Like the last couple weeks, it's 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 coming to its end if I don't fix it soon, is what I'm trying to say. So to save money on my costume, I was like, what else could I do? And right now, if you haven't watched Squid Game, dude, Squid Game's a shit, okay? Squid Game is amazing, all right? I think it's worth all the hype. I saw some negative reviews online and I'm just like, I don't know how did I like this movie? So anyways, besides being like the guys in the jumpsuit with the the triangle or the square on my face, I was like, what can I do that's that would be easy, that would be relatively cheap, and people would know what it was. And if you're a fan, you would really appreciate, the effort. So I figured out today. I was like, I'm gonna go as a big Dalgona candy. Like I'm gonna go as a big yellow disc. I'm Dalgona, and I'm gonna be the one that the main character almost like lost his shit over, which is like the umbrella stamp in the candy. I'm gonna be that character. Or not character, I'm gonna be that thing. I'm gonna be a thing for Halloween. I'm gonna be a Dalgona candy. So I'm very excited to work on this. I've been kind of going over in my head, like, how am I gonna make it? Um, I might do part foam, part cardboard, maybe some PVC pipe. I don't know yet, but I think that'll come together quicker and easier, and cheaper than trying to do the Mother Goose Rock and Rhyme route and buy. I'd have to like buy blue tutu, blue heels, thigh high stockings, a big sun hat. Like like I said, I just need to focus my money, save it. Like everything right now that I own is breaking down. I had bought this heavy duty machine from Joann's, and I used it for the music video thing because my other machine was becoming unreliable. And I'm so glad I did it because not soon after I had finished the gig for the video shoot, then my sewing machine like clonked out. So I took it to the repair shop, had them fix it because the bobbin in the bottom, it's a bottom loader in mine. It wouldn't spin to fill the bobbin anymore. So I took it over there, and then I was going to return this heavy duty one that I got from the store because and even then I didn't really like it because I thought it had stretch stitches on it, and it doesn't. It's super basic. If I want a heavy duty machine, I have my Spartan over here that I sew like 5 layers of leather with. So I need to return it. But anyways, so I got my other machine back, And I started using it, and an hour into using it, something else happened in the machine. It was like another mechanical failure. And like, so I would press on the pedal and I would hear something like spin or grind inside, but like nothing was moving. So I'm just like, dude, again, like the first repair was $140 because he had to replace some stuff in the bobbin. I don't even know what is a second repair going to cost. Like, I'm getting to the point where it's like, yes, I do need a new machine, but I can't find a new machine on the market that does what my Futura does. I cannot find one. My Futura can darn, it does like some embroidery stitches, like it does like overlocks, like it does everything. And I have all these attachments that go with it. So like I don't want to give up this machine because it does so much for me. But at the same time, it I'm just spending a lot of money this week. You know what I mean, you guys? And then plus the thing with my car now, I really want to buy a new car, but I have to get this car fixed and running because it's going to be my son's car next year. And then we have to pay for his driver's ed as well. He's been bugging about it. But I'm like, let me get your car in working order first, and then we'll talk about driver's ed because yeah, my car literally feels like it's gonna fall apart while it's driving. Yeah. Hello, who's ever joining? Welcome, welcome. Saturday live. I've already revealed my costume and all that stuff. Oh, and another one too. Oh my gosh. See, this week has been, I don't want to touch the table because then I'll shake the computer. This week has been crazy too. I had someone come to me who was a previous client, and this person called me on Instagram video, and I was just like, oh, okay. So I started talking to this person, and this client revealed to me that this client's spouse had just passed away. And I gave my condolences. I was so sorry to hear of this person's passing. And the client was like, hey, I have a sewing 911. And I was like, what could I do to help you? Like, I don't even know, like, what are you going to ask of me? And the client was like, can you sew like a burial outfit for this person? And I was like so touched and moved that this person would even think of me in this time in their life that they need something for their loved one to be buried in, and I would have a hand in doing that. So I was like, really, I told my husband, I was like so touched and so moved. So over like the course of like a day and a half, I made an outfit for this client's deceased spouse. And I turned it in, and the client was just like, look, I saw your Instagram post the other day, but I was just like, maybe she'll help me out. And I was like, of course. So I just took a day off from what I was doing with my costumes. And I was like, I can definitely knock something out in a day that'll be functional and that'll be what you want for the burial. So I did that too. So I had like my first burial outfit, and I hope it served the purpose well. I hope the spouse looked wonderful. I know in mortuary services, like sometimes they'll paint your nails, or, they do your makeup, they'll do the hair. So I hope that everything went well for that. And it was like truly an honor to be asked of something so personal to somebody else. So that was really, that was just, like I said, like I'm just very honored to have been asked that this past week. So that's what I've been doing. Another update with me, my YouTube camera memory storage woes are about to be absolved, because once I get this check from this other job and I get my car fixed, I'm getting a new iPhone. So all my problems that I have with this current piece of crap 8 plus, like the protective screen is coming off in pieces. I don't know, dude. It's dirty. It smells like cheese. I don't know. Like, it's just Oh, it's just a ratty ass old phone. Like, forgive me. Like, she's served her purpose. She's served her time and she's done me well, but this phone's gotta go. And I've already been looking into what phone that I want to get. It's not gonna be like the latest iPhone. I think that's would be ridiculous out of my price range, like especially for its capabilities. Like, I'm not a serious videographer, social media person, but I do need a new phone, and I'm definitely gonna get like the phone with the most memory this time. I'm not gonna be playing games like how I've been playing with myself with my old phone. Like, I don't need that much memory. I need all the memory, okay? Because we know what's been happening with my phone. Also, I plan to do, and I've also been like kind of writing down ideas. I wanted to redo Vlogmas to redeem myself from last year when I started having storage problems on my phone and I had to cut Vlogmas short. So I will be doing Vlogmas and I'm very excited about that. So I hope my check and I can get my new phone before December comes so I can have just new content being pumped out every day to make up for the lack of me being busy and not being able to edit this one video in combination with becoming lazy about editing it and finishing it. So that's all I wanted to say about that. Was there one more thing? I think that's it. Um, yeah, that's it. All right. Thank you so much for watching. That's all the updates for now. Have a good weekend. Bye bye. See ya.